and ideally a group of individuals running an organization, because I think they would be better equipped to handle the kind of burden as opposed to a single individual. But again, I hope that they, and I would hope that they kind of share my views and whatnot. And as far as stipulations in terms of any transference of ownership, again, we're going to definitely make the best effort to ensure. I mean, again, we have so little user identifying information to begin with, which is great, but make sure that we mitigate that as much as possible. And again, if you guys want Kim.com to be your new overlord, then by all means tweet him up a storm and tell him he should take over the role of Moot. Do you think Fortune has had a golden era? If so, when was it? Has Fortune declined quality? Again, I've answered this in various ways. I look back on 2007-ish as kind of my own personal. I think it's so personal, right? I mean, it's my best experience with Fortune. I think goes back to 2007. For people who weren't using it then, I'm sure they have a different year, or even people who were using it then, they probably have their. It's just so subjective and so personal. But I mean, maybe even objectively. I mean, that was the era of creativity and memes and. That was like when B was really B was in its heyday then, and so maybe that was the golden era. Has Fortune declined in quality? Again, very subjective. It's certainly gotten multiple times larger than it was then, and so it stands to reason that the quality has declined because that kind of they kind of have this this opposite relationship with one another, and this kind of the size goes up, the quality tends to go down, but it's just a moving target. And again, that's what's kept 4chan so interesting over the years, and that dynamic quality and the fact that it's changed so much. And all the people who are using it today probably won't be here 5 years from now. And again, that's fine. I mean, people, they move on, they grow up, they age out, they go to other websites, they come back years later. That's fine. I mean, that's what's kept 4chan really fresh and interesting. And so I hope that continues to happen. And again, you see it evidenced in the community. I mean, just in the kind of the dominant culture. How it's kind of changed over the years and what its priorities are and what its beliefs are. I mean, it's sure there's some kind of threads that have remained. There's kind of a commonality probably between that, between all of those different kind of arcs that the sites have gone through. But for the most part, it is this kind of this constantly changing thing. This person 1538 is complaining about how we basically transliterate the Danish or the kind of the Scandinavian. Or Norwegian, I think Swedish too, but like the O with a the slash through it. We transliterate a lot of. Sorry about that. It's basically characters with diacritical marks. We transliterate a lot of them, and we basically convert them into just like straight ASCII, like just normal kind of Roman, or I guess there's some Roman, but you get my point. Basically the English, letters, the English alphabet, for reasons. I mean, again, because people use it to evade spam filters and stuff like that. So that's kind of an unfortunate casualty of that. So I apologize for that. I've actually had some people kind of, again, be upset over the years about the fact that we were transliterating certain characters and they couldn't kind of post in their native language. But to be fair, again, the English is the kind of official language of 4chan, and we do have a real concern with spam, and people evading kind of certain post filters, and so we've tried to those are the reason that have kind of led to that. Uh, 1578. What do you think about Ben Garrison, his attitude? Blah blah blah. I've never actually interacted with Ben. I've seen his comics. I've seen the edits of his comics. He's emailed me a few times. I've never responded. I guess somebody spoofed an email to him a long time ago that he was, I guess, probably offensive, and he took offense to it, which is unfortunate. But I don't really have. Again, I've chosen to just not allow myself to get kind of dragged into these feuds or debates over the years, and again, it's healthy for both me and the site, and so I just don't refuse to kind of be a participant in anything like that, any sort of a feud. When did you understand that you're a cuckold? When Paul informed me. I woke up one morning and I got the letter across my desk. I got the memo and I was very surprised, and I've come to accept that Paul was right. The meme to end all memes. What do you think about my digits? You did not get dubbed, so they're pretty shit. Let's see. Are you still pals with us? Are you mad about something we did? And is that why you're leaving? 1608. No, we're still pals. We're good. I invited all of the moderators and janitors when they passed through New York to get a beer with me on the house. Maybe it'd be cool one day to, maybe again my successors will choose to do a meetup of some kind. It'd be cool to do. We haven't really done one in New York because so many people claim that they're gonna fucking murder me these days that it's not again very fruitful for me to show up somewhere to get stabbed by some stranger from the internet. And also, again, I just kind of haven't been so interested in doing offline meetups in a while. So we haven't done like a big meetup since I think it was very late 2010 or early 2011 that we did the meetup at Barcade. And I did a meetup for the 8th birthday, I believe, at Ground Control in Portland. And that was outdoors, made a cake. And that was a lot of fun. And we did the Boston Fail Party and kind of subsequent meetups and on Old B Day. So those have been a lot of fun. I'd love to get together with a group of 4chaners. Again, I've made some of my closest friends through 4chan. I've actually dated a handful of 4chaners, which has been interesting. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not rolling in the ladies because you're all dudes, and the ladies that do use 4chan either are not interested or don't think to reach out to me. But anyway, so I do consider the community to be pals to the extent that they consider me a pal. Maybe that'll change over time. Who knows? Time heals all wounds except the ones that it doesn't. But it'd actually be a lot of fun to do some sort of an in-person meetup someday. Again, and kind of have and we kind of did in the panel that we did, the 10th anniversary panel. I mean, I thought of that as kind of the last, kind of getting the band back together for the last time, and that's how I kind of pitched it to the moderators and Shut who attended, and I was like, let's the Reverend Let Me Caution, and I kind of positioned it as let's get the band together one last time. And everybody's really excited about that. And so that's how we all got to Atlanta. God, I'm only like halfway through this first thread. A lot of the news sites and articles with you about leaving 4chan seem to portray it in a negative light, almost as if you're quitting the website, implying you can't stand its user base anymore. Do you think this is a misconception about your decision to retire from here? Number 1648. I disagree with that. I mean, I read a handful of the press from Wednesday, and I haven't, I guess, read it yesterday or today. But I mean, I think the post I put up on Wednesday was pretty direct, but I tried to make it. It was very direct because I didn't want it to leave room for misinterpretation, which is again, it was a calculated, something that's been planned for a while, and it's under kind of again, it was just I was ready. It's just time, and so most of the press I saw. It was actually very positive. So I haven't seen that. I mean, if you want to email me examples where you think that it portrayed it as in a negative light or kind of called into question my the fact that I quote unquote can't stand the user base, which again is not true. Feel free to email this to me, and I can reach out to those writers to try to give them a comment to correct that, because that is inaccurate. What are you going to do, or what are you going to / plan to do after 4chan? Number 1659. I have no freaking idea. Maybe you can help me figure that out. I've been informed by, again, people over the years that I'm a one-hit hack and my life is all downhill from here, which, who knows? I mean, it's very possible. I mean, if 4chan is the one thing that I will have accomplished in life, I would be, blessed. I mean, I think I would be very happy to for that to be the case, because 4chan is quite the achievement again of not only myself and the volunteers, but the millions of people who have posted and used the site over the years. So 4chan is an amazing accomplishment for everybody, and so I think everybody should share that pride in contributing to it. So if that's my legacy and your legacy too, then I think we all have something to be really proud about. So. I just realized that the posts that I'm responding to are from fucking 2:01 p.m. So over 4 hours ago, and this is only a third of this thread. Jesus Christ. Well, we're almost on 4 hours.